Today, we are going to tell the story of a man who arrived in Hollywood with just $40 in his pocket. His animation studio had just gone bankrupt. His character had been stolen. Nobody believed he would succeed, but that same man went on to create one of the most magical empires in the world, the Walt Disney Company. This is the incredible journey of Walt Disney, a man who turned dreams into reality and failure into a legacy that still inspires millions today. Chapter 1. Humble Beginnings. Walt Disney was the fourth son of Elias Disney. In 1911, the Disney family moved to Kansas City, Missouri. Walt attended Benton Grammar School, where he met a fellow student, Walter Pfeiffer, whose family loved theater. Through Walter, Walt discovered the world of vaudeville and motion pictures, which changed his life forever. Walt and his brother Roy woke up at 4:30 in the morning every day to deliver the times before school and repeated the round for the evening star after school. The schedule was exhausting. Walt often fell asleep in class, earning poor grades. But he never quit. He kept his paper route for over 6 years, learning discipline and resilience early on. Chapter 2. Early Artistic Ambitions. In 1917, Walt's father invested in a Chicago jelly company, and the family moved to Chicago. Walt enrolled at McKinley High School, drawing patriotic cartoons for the school newspaper and taking night classes at the Chicago Academy of Fine Arts. In 1918, after forging his birth certificate, Walt joined the Red Cross as an ambulance driver in World War I. He returned to Kansas City in October 1919, working as an apprentice artist at Pesman Rubin Commercial Art Studio, where he befriended Ub Iwerks, who would become his lifelong collaborator. Chapter 3. First Failures, First Lessons. In May 1921, Walt founded Laugh-O-Gram Studio. He hired talented animators and began producing short cartoons, but money was always tight. To save the studio, Walt created Alice's Wonderland, a 12.5-minute film combining live action and animation. It starred Virginia Davis, but despite his efforts, the studio went bankrupt in 1923. Walt learned a vital lesson. Failure is not the end, it's a stepping stone. Chapter 4. Hollywood and the Disney Brothers Studio. At 21 years old, Walt moved to Hollywood with just $40. His brother Roy, who was recovering from tuberculosis, joined him. Walt's efforts to sell Alice's Wonderland seemed hopeless until Margaret Winkler, a New York distributor, gave him a chance. They signed a contract for 6 Alice comedies, and the Disney Brothers Studio was born. Walt persuaded Virginia, Davis, and Ub Iwerks to relocate to Hollywood. In 1926, the first official Walt Disney Studio was established. Chapter 5. The Birth of Mickey Mouse. When Walt lost the rights to his character Oswald, he refused to give up. Together with Iwerks, he created a new character, Mickey Mouse. The original name was Mortimer Mouse, but his wife Lillian suggested Mickey instead. Mickey debuted in Plain Crazy, then The Gallopin' Gaucho both failed to find a distributor. But everything changed with Steamboat Willie in 1928, the first cartoon with synchronized sound, which made Mickey a star. Walt gave Mickey his voice until 1947, and in the words of Ub Iwerks, Ub designed Mickey's appearance, but Walt gave him his soul. Chapter 6. Innovation and the Golden Age. Walt always pushed boundaries. He developed silly symphonies, hired top composers like Carl Stalling, and experimented with color animation. Flowers and Trees in 1932 won Disney's first Academy Award, proving creativity and technology could go hand in hand. Then came Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937, a risky full-length feature. Critics called it Disney's folly, but it became the most successful motion picture of its time, earning Walt an honorary Oscar. The success of Snow White launched the golden age of animation, with films like Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Bambi. Chapter 7. Adversity and Triumph. The 1940s were tough. World War II disrupted revenues, and the studio faced financial strain. Walt faced animators' strikes, debts, and production losses, but he adapted. He created true-life adventures and patriotic films for the war effort, turning challenges into opportunities. Post-war, he returned to full-length features: Cinderella in 1950, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, and pioneered television with the Mickey Mouse Club and Disneyland. Chapter 8: Disneyland and the Vision of Tomorrow. Walt dreamed bigger than movies. He wanted a park where families could enjoy clean, immersive fun. Inspired by Griffith Park and Tivoli Gardens, he designed Disneyland, opening in 1955. The park was a huge success, attracting millions of visitors. Walt used television shows to fund and promote his vision. Later, he envisioned Disney World and Epcot, a city of the future showcasing innovation. Though Walt would not live to see it completed, his imagination shaped generations. Chapter 9: Legacy and Lessons. Walt Disney died in 1966 from lung cancer, leaving behind a vast empire of 81 films. Posthumously, films like Winnie the Pooh and The Blustery Day won Oscars. His legacy continued to flourish through theme parks, films, and television. The lesson from Walt's life is simple. You don't need money, luck, or connections to succeed. What matters is vision, perseverance, and courage. Dream bigger than the world believes possible. From $40 in Hollywood to a global empire, Walt Disney's story reminds us: dream, fail, adapt, innovate, never give up. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational stories and content.